Hey, folks, I want to talk about this charming comment real quick. What did they accomplish in their life? The extraordinary founding fathers? And then compare that to what you've accomplished in your life, what I've accomplished in my life. I suspect this guy's not read my bio. They made a country. You whine on the internet for views. I'm going to let that part of it go, the last part of it go. But let's focus on what did they accomplish in their life. They made a country. But the first part and the fundamental part of this is that, as so many of my mutual public historians who work in digital media are doing, is pointing out a fundamental fact of their world. That their lives were made entirely possible by the people whom they exploited on a daily basis. It's incredible what you could accomplish too if you had other people whom you exploited every day as a matter of law to make all of your money for you. And not just that, but to do everything else for you that you would otherwise have to do for yourself. To bring you every glass of wine that you want. To get you every change of clothes that you need. To grab that book from the third shelf because you just don't want to get up to go get it. To organize your life, to transport you everywhere you want to go, whom you don't have to pay. Whom you can just exploit in every imaginable way. Every single day. And to assent to that, to agree to that every day of your life. It's incredible what one could accomplish, given the fact that you have other people who can make everything that you do possible so that your life is truly only your own. If you want to play at being a surveyor, you can play at being a surveyor, like George Washington. If you want to play at being a lawyer, then you can play at being a lawyer, like Thomas Jefferson. If you want to do all of these things, you can do whatever it is that you want. Well, today, if I'm George Washington, I'm going to create my own militia company. I'm going to design a uniform for it because I kind of need one to go to the Continental Congress. And then you can tell somebody whom you enslave and exploit to make that uniform by your explicit instructions. Imagine what you could do. And then take a look at these folks and see what little they in fact did. Yes. Born on third base, growing up believing they hit a triple, and to have people like this commenter absolutely reinforce that mythology. That is the kind of harmful identity that we're dealing with. So they have all of this capacity that is generated by the exploitation of other people. And what do they do with it? The Constitution is no great shakes, folks. There are other options. It could have been done better, which is the point of many of the opponents to the Constitution. Wait a minute, we don't need to settle for this one. We could just do it again. And even James Madison admitted that. Yeah, if we lose this round, we'll just try again. We'll hold another convention. But the key element of this is, if you remove enslaved people from the context, then George Washington needs to get a job. Thomas Jefferson needs to actually earn money from being a lawyer, which means he has to maintain clients. James Madison, they all need to work to produce something on their own. So, at least everything I got, I can blame myself for. These guys need to thank the hundreds of people whom they as individuals exploited on a daily basis.